Hello everyone, welcome back for this week's update. Let's start off by talking about the legislative activity that happened here in DC. At the Ag Committee hearing this week, we heard from USDA Secretary Vilsack, and we were able to ask him important questions regarding priorities for the upcoming Farm Bill. I also pressed him to provide answers about how USDA and the Minnesota Department of Education failed to prevent the Feeding Our Future scandal and asked how they would prevent fraud such as this from happening in the future. Also on the ag front, I'm excited to introduce the Farm Credit Administration Independent Authority Act. This legislation would prevent the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau from implementing unnecessary data collecting regulations on the farm credit system that overburden farm credit institutions and their customers. With input costs at an all-time high, we have to make sure that our farmers and producers are able to access credit without more bureaucratic red tape. At Wednesday's Armed Services Committee hearing, we heard from Secretary of Defense Austin and General Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, about the military's budget request for the upcoming fiscal year. During the hearing, I asked Secretary Austin about the threat of China's growing footprint in the mining and processing of critical minerals, like those that we have in Minnesota. When it comes to national defense, it's fundamentally important that we continue to secure the critical minerals and other strategic resources here at home, rather than depend on countries like China to do it for us. My Republican colleagues and I are committed to a strong national defense, which begins with American energy independence. On the House floor this week, I voted to pass the Lower Energy Costs Act, which would unleash American energy and lower costs for American families. Thanks for tuning in to this week's update from Washington, D.C. As always, if you have comments, questions, or if my office can be of help in any way, please visit our website at finstead.house.gov. Thank you.